So number one, what are need-based boundaries? Well, let's back up a little bit here. When we're talking about betrayal, we're talking about safety, okay? When any human being finds out that there's been a betrayal, that person immediately, the betrayer, immediately becomes unsafe to the betrayed partner. So when we're talking about healing, boundaries, consequences, triggers, no matter what topic we're talking about, it always comes down to this one word: safety. Safety. So when we're talking about boundaries, okay, she wants to know about need-based boundaries. She wants him to take courses and see a betrayal trauma therapist, right? Okay, boundaries need to be safety. If he doesn't understand betrayal trauma, then he is not going to become safe. If he is still blaming her and calling her immature, what was the other thing? Manipulative and immature, then she's not going to feel safe around this person. So the first thing I want people to start really thinking about when it comes to boundaries, what do you need? That's need-based boundaries. What do you need? You need to feel safe. Okay, what in your environment is not allowing you to feel safe? What in your environment is still a threat, is still dangerous? In this case, because her husband is not doing any work, he is the danger. He is the threat. He is not safe. So we would work with this particular person who wrote this in. We would work with them with her on helping her start defining her environment, because it's the environment that determines whether or not we are safe. So first of all, need-based boundaries are based on safety. What do you need to feel safe? Now, the second part of this question was this whole blaming her for bad nights or fights, calling her manipulative and immature. The one who's being manipulative and immature is the husband in this story. It's not the betrayed partner. So the person that wrote this question, I want you, I don't know if you're here live or if she's going to watch the replay, but I want you to know you're experiencing trauma. That's not manipulation. That's not immature. That's the response to a traumatic event. Betrayal trauma is very, very real. It may not be in the big DSM-5 manual of every disorder out there. It needs to be, and hopefully it will be someday. But just because it's not in the manual of all disorders does not mean that it's not real, okay? Betrayal trauma is very real. When betrayed partners are stuck, they're triggered, they're hypervigilant, they're experiencing panic attacks sometimes, they're not eating, they're not sleeping. Those are all very real. That's not somebody being immature. That's not somebody who is choosing to stay in that state. What that really is a human being that's in an environment that is not safe enough to heal in. So we have to look at her husband, who is still blaming her for the problems. She also said something, where was it? He's doing a good deal of work on himself in therapy. Okay, yay. However, I don't know what kind of therapy that is. Just because somebody goes to an office or goes on a Zoom call once a week, that doesn't tell me anything. I want to know, what are they doing? What are they working on? Are they uncovering the three pillars, the what, the why, the how? That's what we call it. When we work with unfaithful partners, we go deep. We're not just sitting there talking about, oh, what fight did you have this week? And oh, how was work? No, we're diving deep into their what, which is their disclosure, their why, which is the answer to why did they do this, and their how, which is the justification that their brain used to make this okay. So I would really want to know, what type of therapy is this man, her husband, doing? Because if it's not the right therapy that's focused on betrayal trauma, that's focused on him understanding his what, his why, his how, then you're going to hit a roadblock. You're going to hit a roadblock.